He's Tony. I'm Mike. This is week 1. This is week 2. This is week 3. This is week 4. This is week 5. This is week 6. This is week 7. This is week 8. This is week 9. This is week 10. This is week 11. This is week 12. On the Action Ball!
16 competitors, each legends of the action film genre. 96 films, each at least 85 minutes long. 2 men, both with a lot of free time. 1 tournament, the Action Bowl, the greatest film competition in the history of mankind. This is the story of Season 2's Final 4 competitors and their road to the Action Bowl. Milla Jovovich. In week 2, Milla Jovovich stepped into the ring with Tony Jaa. Jovovich's The Messenger had a compelling story, strong performances, and epic action scenes featuring thrilling medieval battles. Jaa's Skin Trade was a buddy cop film with an international flair. Despite its great supporting cast, Skin Trade delivered a weak script and action sequences that went on so long they arrived at boring. Jovovich was decidedly victorious.
So, Milla Jovovich moves on, and Tony Jaa
It's the Action Bowl shame.
is more of a nay.
In week 9, Jovovich faced off against Antonio Banderas. In week 1, Banderas, in The Mask of Zorro, delivered an epic beatdown to Michael Biehn. Would his luck hold out?
So Michael Biehn, in the Action Bowl shame you go, never to be spoken of again.
I'll have number 1, no beans.
Banderas drew gun-shy, and Jovovich, The Three Musketeers. The Three Musketeers was a steampunk fever dream that managed to be creative, original, and entertaining.
You have a gift for corruption and a penchant for betrayal. I admire such skills, but I'll destroy you the moment I suspect you might be using them against me.
While Mike enjoyed Gun-Shy and found Banderas' performance fun and irreverent, Tony awarded it the lowest score of any film in Action Bowl history.
This I f***ing absolutely hated. So, Antonio Banderas, adios.
The competition was fierce, but Jovovich had secured her spot in the finals.
You can't shoot. They'll hear you.
Wait for it!
Jet Li. Week 4 had Jet Li face off against Angelina Jolie. Jolie had pulled Cyborg 2 Glass Shadow. It was Jolie's first feature film role. She played an exploding cyborg who learns how to love.
Kick off.
Holy shit!
With a cast of interesting heroes and villains, Jolie's performance was solid, and Jack Palance showed up to chew the scenery and ask for seconds.
If you want to dine with the devil, you'll need a long spoon.
Lee fired back with Black Mask, a live-action anime-style film featuring secret government agencies and super soldiers. With outstanding visuals and fight choreography, it was a close match, but Lee brought home the win.
While we'd never heard of Cyborg 2, I think this is the last that we're going to hear of Angelina Jolie.
Now I'm gonna say this. While Angelina Jolie went to the Action Bowl of shame, it wasn't a shameful loss.
No.
Like by any stretch of the imagination. I don't know if I'm actually gonna recommend Cyborg 2, but I'll tell you what. Like, if you want something that's kind of fun that you can kind of throw in the background, or kind of like a group get-together type of thing. Absolutely, check it out.
I'm gonna wholeheartedly agree with you on this one.
Lee's second outing had him go toe-to-toe with Jason Statham. Jet Li was represented by The One and Jason Statham Revolver. Before multiverses were cool, Lee delivered The One. With an underwritten script and some questionable special effects, it seemed as though Lee had made his final outing. Statham appeared to have an easy victory on his hands. Revolver started out as an intriguing Guy Ritchie crime thriller, but in the third act, the film became incomprehensible with an ending that we're still waiting for someone to explain to us.
I waited the next day and went back and rewatched the last hour of this movie because I'm like, there's got to be something I missed.
You don't play by the rules, Mr. Green. You like to play silly games with my head, don't you?
Statham snatched defeat from the jaws of victory.
Read the script. I don't care if it's Guy Ritchie or not, man. Guy Ritchie, don't be philosophical. Here's what happens. You go to the trash can.
And adding insult to injury, he was Lee's co-star in The One.
I will kill you. No, you won't.
Lee had secured his spot in the Final Four. In Week 13, Mia Jovovich will face off against Jet Li. Who will make it to the final? Watch next week and find out. Keanu Reeves. Legendary action film star Keanu Reeves' first matchup was against Will Smith. Reeves was represented by Johnny Mnemonic, and Smith Bad Boys. Reeves' offering was a bizarre cyberpunk corporate espionage film noir. Even though some of the visuals were dated, the action and story had aged well. It was an engaging film, but not without flaws.
You need someone brought to Jesus? Or to you?
Smith's offering Bad Boys, considered a classic by some, hadn't aged as well.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come?
Even though the scoring varied greatly, both judges determined that Mnemonic was the clear winner.
This is a story all about how Will Smith went right on down.
God, your puns are terrible.
I know.
That's not even a pun. I don't know what that was.
In Week 11, Reeves faced Samuel motherfucking Jackson. Jackson, in The Long Kiss Goodnight, featured an interesting premise and a solid script, but was let down by self-indulgent direction and a climax that was overlong and underexciting. Reeves' 47 Ronin proved to be the opposite, a fantastical reimagining of historical events that added supernatural elements and magic. Despite the sillier elements of the film, it did have a satisfying conclusion that pushed Keanu to victory and into the Final Four.
Does he look like a bitch?
Nobody breaks like a bitch.
Charlize Theron. The lovely and talented Charlize Theron went head-to-head with Michelle Rodriguez in Week 8. Rodriguez drew 3 a.m., an intriguing premise about New York City cab drivers who are being robbed and murdered by an unknown assailant, turning all their cab fares into potential suspects.
We'll come up with a reasonable solution.
Theron fired back with Atomic Blonde, a slick spy thriller set in 1989 Berlin, before the wall fell.
I'm feral. Berlin is the Wild West, and if that bloody wall comes crashing down, we don't want to be under it.
Theron easily moved into the second round.
So, hey, Michelle Rodriguez, do you see little red sparklies around my eyes? Am I evil?
In Week 12, Theron faced a real threat, Michael, the Dude, Dudikoff. Seemingly out of nowhere, the Dude delivered an amazing upset to Tom Cruise with American Ninja.
We have just witnessed what is quite possibly the biggest upset of the Action Bowl. Michael Dudikoff moves on into the second round. American Ninja got the job done. Can't wait to see what shitty film it is we're going to get to watch next.
Could Theron face the same fate?
Who is he?
I don't know. He's a new recruit. I don't even know his name.
He possessed great skills.
Michael Dudikoff pulled Avenging Force, a retelling of The Most Dangerous Game. The premise and setup of the film seemed to be perfect for Michael Dudikoff's style of action. With bad pacing issues and uninteresting action sequences, the film was a letdown. Theron pulled Mad Max Fury Road, a stylish post-apocalyptic tale with big action sequences and incredible world building.
Annihilated.
You will ride eternal, shiny and chrome.
Dudikoff's hopes of another upset were squashed, and Theron easily took the final spot in the Final Four.
He was the dude. Dearly departed, we are gathered here today to watch the American Ninja go down hard.
In Week 14, Keanu Reeves will face off against Charlize Theron in what promises to be an epic showdown to determine who will make it into the final slot of the Season 2 Action Bowl. Who will make it to the final? Who will reign supreme? Even we don't know. Tune in 3 weeks to find out who will be the winner of the Season 2 Action Bowl. Stay tuned.